Lou Holtz has joined us again on the Rick and Bubba Show for another weekend of college football.
Coach Lou.
Coach Holtz, welcome back.
Guys, it is just great to be back again. I tell you, before we start out today, I just want to give another shout-out to another Sports Illustrated writer, Andy Staples.
Okay.
Who is out in Eugene, Oregon right now for the big Stanford-Oregon showdown this weekend. He said he was going to wake up at 4:30 this morning out on the West Coast to catch this segment with Coach Lou.
Oh, well, my goodness. Look, everywhere we go, and I went to a college football game last Saturday night, it was Lou Holtz mania. Everywhere saying we love Lou Holtz on the Rick and Bubba Show. But some people knew you a long time, but some people, frankly, didn't know you in such a personal way.
Well, I tell you what, it's just good to be connected with the country and just great. Just love being the college football analyst that I've been able to be here on Rick Bubba Show. Just good to be here. Thanks for spending my life.
That's we love it, Coach.
Well put, Coach.
What's on your mind going into this weekend, Coach?
It's just such an honor to be back here with you guys in 5 weeks and counting, and boys, this season getting interesting. We've got undefeateds all over the place, and we're going to try to sift through the nonsense and separate the pretenders from the contenders today.
Get your sip of water, Coach.
I'm already running out of lists. This is not good.
And it's early.
First, there's the University of Alabama Crimson Tide. They may have the shortest coach in America, but they have the longest winning streak of all time.
All right.
It's hard to believe that they haven't lost since 1974.
That's quite a record.
That's impressive.
Or at least that's what this guy with a life-size tattoo of Bear Bryant leaning against the field goal post on his back told me when I was in Tuscaloosa. And that kind of winning streak speaks for itself.
Yes, it does.
That's why I put them at number 19 in my latest poll. I would have them ranked much higher, but they still have not proven to me that they have a dependable running game. They have 2 average tailbacks, both of them with pretty frail frames. But if the coaches can address this issue and put some muscle on these tailbacks, I see them being a contender.
Well, let's hope they can do well this week.
Yeah.
Especially with Greg McDonald at quarterback and Julio James, the sure-handed receiver from Mobile to throw to. I will go ahead and say, though, Alabama is in for a shrewd awakening this Saturday when the Gators come to Tuscaloosa.
Well, you already calling it?
Coach Urban Meyer is going to have his Gators chomping at the bit, take the Tide out of contention for the SEC championship. And with the dynamic duo that they have in the backfield with Sam Tebow and Emmitt Smith, it's going to be difficult to stop the Gators.
Yeah, well,
Having said that.
No, haven't said that. All right.
Don't expect these elephants to lay their fat butts down and die.
Okay, all right.
Or claim to have a heart problem and retire and then unretire the next day and claim it was just bad gas like the opposing coach did earlier this year. No, you can expect a shootout. And one that will result...
What?
A shootout.
Okay.
That's what we thought you said.
It's going to be a shootout, and one that will result in points being scored, and one team will win this game.
No question.
Got it.
The second team I want to discuss is the University of Georgia Bulldogs.
Oh, boy.
Coach Mark Rigsby has the Bulldogs off to their greatest start in school history. Much of the credit is due to the unstoppable rushing attack of the Bulldogs.
You're right.
Running back Rashawn Ely has led the way. This kid is averaging 2.5 yards on the ground every time he touched it. Not to mention, he's only fumbled in the red zone several times this season.
Only several.
That's why I have him at the top of my Heisman watch list right now.
Yes, okay.
And UGA fans, you probably won't be surprised, but wide receiver A.J. Green is also on my Heisman watch list.
Yes, absolutely.
His numbers speak for themselves this season. He has sold more number 82 jerseys than every sports retailer in the country. But that's just the beginning. This guy has secured the top spot on eBay's trusted seller list.
Number 1.
All right.
Needless to say, the Georgia Bulldogs are contenders, and they sit at number 8 in my polls this week.
Okay, good.
The third team I want to discuss this week is the Miami Heat.
Oh, wow. You all right, Coach?
Just getting my list back.
Okay.
I love it when you guys will laugh for a second so I can get that back. Everyone just heard this past week that LeBron Jones has decided to leave Cleveland and team up with Juwan Wade in Miami. And with this acquisition, you can count on the Heat to score a lot more touchdowns this season.
Oh, absolutely.
With reigning two-time MVP LeBron Jones at strong-nosed guard receiver for the Heat, I wouldn't be surprised if he wins Heisman Trophy.
Right.
The only weakness of this Miami Heat squad is their ability to get rebounds off of bad passes opposing quarterbacks. But early news at training camp says these issues are being offset by an unusually high free throw percentage.
Right.
At the end of the day, this team has as much of a chance as the Boise State Broncos is getting to the BCS championship.
Oh, well, how about that? Well,
Which
well
brings
said.
me to my loose leprechaun for the week,
Lose leprechaun of the
Uh-oh.
week, gentlemen.
which goes to Boise State Broncos for defeating another mediocre team on their awful blue field. Congratulations, guys! Your performance is yet again underwhelming against a truly average opponent. I honestly didn't think you could do it again, leaving the rest of the country and voters unimpressed. There is good news, though. Another terrible team on your schedule did enter the top 25 for the first time in 30 years this week. The Nevada Wolfpack. And since the San Fernando State Bulldogs lost this past week to juggernaut Ole Mississippi State Rebels, Plan C that we discussed last week is now a no-go. But here's the Plan D. Selling your season based on a win over a Mountain West Conference opponent. Shifting gears now. The last team I have to mention is the University of Notre Dame Fighting Irish.
Oh, yes.
Oh, how's that?
Who yet again,
Yes. What have they done this week, Coach?
they embarrassed the Stanford Cardinal 37-14, propelling them to number one in this week's poll. No team has displayed the dominance and consistency of this year's Irish squad. And here's the thing. They are now through the toughest part of their schedule, which is why I like their chance of being undefeated this season.
All right.
It's panning out just as I anticipated before the season began. Now, Rick and Bubba, there was a moment when things started to turn around for the Irish this past Saturday. To tell you the truth, it's a little embarrassing, but I will share it with you nonetheless.
Okay, well, but you're among friends.
It was the middle of the first quarter. The Irish weren't looking like the team that I was used to, so I popped in my favorite VHS, Rudy. Began watching it. But before long, I lulled off into a deep sleep.
Oh, baby.
Oh, you're dreaming again, Coach.
Suddenly, I was surrounded by 87 leprechauns, each of them doing synchronized 1-2 way backs and jump jumps. Then one of them scampered over to me, poked me on the thigh, and said, "Tag, you're it." And as fast as you could say, the University of Notre Dame Fighting Irish, they were off. All 87 of them running around, deep down hoping that they would be snatched up by and put on Daddy's lap. Then out of nowhere, 400 more leprechauns parachuted in.
Wow.
And each of the 400 new leprechauns lined up, began singing the Notre Dame Fighting Irish fight song, while the other 87 chanted, "Respect, respect, respect, respect." I was confused for a moment, but then all 487 leprechauns in unison began to chant, "Daddy, Daddy, please take us home. Please take us home to the Golden Dome." But then the unthinkable happened. Off in the distance, 217 more leprechauns with bagpipes began accompanying the 400 leprechauns who were singing the Notre Dame Fighting Irish fight song. Even more impressive, the 217 leprechauns who were playing the bagpipes started leapfrogging one another as they came closer, none of them missing a note on their instruments.
Right.
Then one of the leprechaun leaders came to me and said, "Welcome to Leprechaun Land. We've been awaiting your arrival, Daddy. Take a seat and enjoy a bowl of our signature Irish stew, complete with bacon, cabbage, and 3 servings of vegetables." Then I asked him how I was going to get my other 2 servings of vegetables. And he said, "Don't worry, our bodies only require 3 servings of vegetables in Leprechaun Land."
Right.
But what happened next topped anything that I could have ever dreamed of. Each of the 704 leprechauns began lining up, single file, to sit on Daddy's lap and tell them that they wanted what they wanted for St. Patrick's Day. Many of them asked for Notre Dame victories. Others asked for commemorative edition Rudy DVDs. Others simply wanted a hug. But it was the last of the leprechaun line that brought a tear to my eye.
This is the last one.
When he said, "Daddy, can I have a piggyback ride?" Through my tears, I told him to hop on, and he shimmied up my leg and grabbed hold of my belt, climbed his way up my back and onto my shoulders. Reaching to the top, he said, "Giddy up, Daddy."
Quite a dream there, Coach
my
Lou.
goodness, my goodness, Coach.
This was the most fulfilling moment of my life. Until one started nibbling at my ankles, and he said, "Daddy, me next." Just when I thought it couldn't get any better, that same little leprechaun said, "Can we wheelbarrow race, Daddy?" And as any father knows, there's nothing like wheelbarrow racing with one of your sons. So I got down on all fours, and he grabbed my feet. And we wheelbarrowed until the sun came up. And the last thing I remember is the tickle fight that followed. It lasted several minutes, and we counted ribs, laughed until we couldn't laugh anymore. And then something seemed out of place. Out of nowhere, someone poured a glass of lukewarm water on me. I woke up quickly and realized I wasn't dreaming anymore. The liter of prune juice had run its course.
Rick and Bubba.
Guys, I was at Texas A&M Oklahoma State game last night, and I just realized how much we take for granted, all the traditions of college football that are so unique.
Yes.
And being a man of motivation, I wanted to pay tribute to one of the most motivational traditions of college football this week. That tradition involves perhaps the most inspirational element that exists in our world, and that is music.
Oh, wow.
And the tradition I'm talking about is what makes me the happiest on Saturday afternoons. It's the marching band. Now, I know I'm Lou Holtz, but even I can't play all the instruments at once. I can, however, play one of them. So I'm starting a one-time segment this week that I'm calling Lou's Licks. Guys, you mind?
Lose licks?
Lose legs.
All right, Coach Holtz is getting up.
Oh my goodness.
He's moving to the drum set. Folks,
I didn't
think
know that Coach Lou was a drummer.
Happy
I didn't
birthday to me. Happy birthday to me.
Yep.
Lou Holtz on the drums. All right, he's
adjusting
He's got
the
his
set.
whistle on.
Yeah.
Look at
Wow.
Coach Holtz.
He's kind of dragging a little bit.
Yeah. Coach,
Guys, I think my whistle's messing me.
all right, take your whistle off,
Oh yeah,
Coach.
that helped him in the 40. You remember?
Yeah, it did. Get that. Okay.
This just kind of uncomfortable to me here.
Okay, the drums. Coach Holtz. Oh, wow. Coach Holtz, you're a pretty good drummer. Go, Coach! I mean, he's still going. He is.
See, Mark may do that.
Wow! What a lick! Wow! What a lick!
Should we be concerned? Is it gonna fall out?
I don't know what to do. Do you stop, Coach? What do you
Just let him go till the leprechaun shows up.
Oh, Coach! Wow!
Way to go, Coach.
Happy birthday, Coach Lou Holtz, ladies and gentlemen.
Wow!
Power to the leprechaun.
It was the whistle.
It was. The whistle was in his way. I'm gonna tell you what.
Just walking back over now.
Let me tell you what. If you have Ustream right now, or you're gonna see the TV show, don't miss what we just experienced.
That's gold.
Guys, the drum beater got caught up in my pant leg there for a second. It was really
The drum
odd.
beater.
The drum beater, the bass drum beater, got caught up in my my pant leg, and it got really weird there for a second. Sorry about that.
Yeah. You know what? You are a decent drummer. We didn't know that.
A very good one.
You know, it's just kind of funny that I've been playing for 87 years
Right.
since I was 2.
Right.
So,
Man.
since I was 2, mom and daddy bought me a little drum set. That's just one day I hope to teach my leprechaun
Yes.
son the drums.
I tell you what, I'd like to see Mark May pull that one.
Yeah. How about in your face, Mark May? How about that?
How about in your face, Mark May?
Rick and Bubba.